Hey YouTubers, it is RC here with RC67, and I got some cars we're going to showcase tonight. And some of these cars are, we're going to discuss kind of pricing and quality and what is it you all would pay for some of these pieces. They are nice pieces, but I want to talk about the pricing on it when we get to those pieces here. And just talk a little bit about, what you think the value with an RLC car and an Elite 64 car versus a premium car, things like that. But since it's Friday, we're going to do what we call a Free It Friday. So we're going to open up some of these cars here today and get started. So this first one here is the Porsche 963. And this is from the Elite 64 group. And on the back here, it kind of tells a little bit about the car here. It's made in Germany, produced from 2023 to present. Length is 200.8 inches, width of 78.74 inches, height 41.73 inches, and a weight of 2,270.76 pounds. And it is a V8 combustion, 4.6 liter twin turbo. So 7-speed transmission for racing. Pretty cool looking car. I got this car on Mattel Creations, and it was a clearance car. It was, I think it listed out originally at like $25, and I paid $9. That's why I was not going to pass it up. It is a metal base, it is a metal body, and it does have real rider tires. This is number 17 of the Elite 64, but nonetheless, pretty cool car. So let's get this baby open and take a look at it. Let's see what we got here. I can't open this. Here we go. There we go. There's a lot of plastic here. All righty. Okay, so there it is. Rolls pretty well. And again, a metal base here. Not any detail on the bottom there. And it does have 4 rubber tires and a metal body here. So some pretty nice livery. Those look to be plastic inserts for the headlights there. And then that's the plastic insert for the glass. Can't really see the cockpit too well. And then you have a Penske livery on the front there. And then these fenders here are hollow because this is the wheel that you can see through there. And then on the side here, you got plastic mirrors right there. And looks like some wind foil aerodynamics type of thing. And then the wheel here, the top of the fender on this backside, that is also hollow. And then the spoiler on the back here. And then maybe a little wind dam breaker here with that spoiler. And then some more livery here on the top of the car. Pretty nice car, rolls real well. Very basic, no moving parts on this car. I don't know why this car would not sell at $25. I don't know if it was overpriced for what they were getting. I know that they made an RLC Ferrari car in similar fashion to this one. It was a race car, and the rear deck lid did come off of it. So again, you're talking about paying $25 for a car that has 0 moving parts, a lot of livery, but just an enamel paint. It's not a Spectraflame paint or anything. So, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. But it is a nice looking piece. Don't have a ton of Porsches in my collection, but figured I'd pick it up. Again, it was only, like I said, $9 when I got it. So, that's the first one there. All right, the second one here is the McLaren M6 GT. This is also from the Elite 64. There we go, Elite 64. This is number 12 in the set of 64, apparently. It was born in the United Kingdom. It was produced from 1967 to 1970. It's about 1,764 pounds. It's powered by an LT1 90-degree V8 engine and with a 5-speed transmission. So again, we're going to open this baby up, check out what this car has to offer. There we go. All right. So this car, it does roll well. This car, though, does have a moving part, and the rear deck lid on this does open, which I think is really pretty cool. So some nice looking detail on the engine in there. So you can see the exhaust as well as the top of the headers with the little stacks there. Looks like maybe the fuel can or the fuel tank's right there. And then, of course, when you close this, there's a little glass top here, which you can see the top of the engine right there. You can see a little bit of the cockpit. Looks like it's all black. It's a right-hand drive. And then the front of the car here, these lenses are plastic inserts. And then you have your mirrors there. And they're just kind of a chrome, so you get a little reflective there. On the back, not a ton of detail on the back. A little bit of a highlight with amber there for the tail lights there. And then on the base of the car here, a little bit of detail here. Looks like possibly suspension or the rear transmission or something. I don't know. And then, of course, this is just the undercarriage here. But 4 rubber tires, a metal base, metal body, and you get a moving part. So this car here, again, I got off Mattel Creations, and I paid $8 for it. And I think originally this car was $22 or $23. I think it's a nice piece. I'm not a big fan of orange on this car. I think if it maybe had some black striping on it or maybe some accent somewhere, it might be a little bit more appealing, but just a bright orange, I'm not sure about. But as a whole, it is a nice looking car. I mean, it was a pretty looking car. I don't know what this raced in at all, or if it raced at all. I don't know. So if somebody can let me know in the comments below, tell me what they know a little bit more about this car from what I just read on the back of it. But let me also know, do you think that this car would be worth $25, or was it not a good sale point for the price and they brought it down to $8 to sell it for $8? Because that's what I picked it up for. So you guys let me know there. All right, moving right along here. Okay, so the next 2 cars I have, and we're going to do a little comparison on the last 2 cars here. So the first one up here, though, this is a Hot Wheels premium car from the Car Culture line. This is the Thrill Climbers. This is the Porsche 914 Safari, and this does have a metal base and a metal body and the Real Rider tires. So I've seen this car on YouTube quite a bit. There's 5 in a set. I think the yellow one here is the one that everyone's chasing after. I've seen this whole set in the wild, but I only wanted the Porsche, so I never went for anything else. So I just grabbed this Porsche here. So let's open this up and see what we got. Okay. All right. So first off, rolls really well. Quite a bit of detail as far as, what's on top of the car. So you got a luggage rack on top. Looks like an extra gas can. There's a big gas can back here. Spare tire in the back. Coming around the front here. On the top of the car, that looks like maybe a spotlight of some sort. And then you've got the mirror on the driver's side here. Left-hand drive on the car. Front of the car here, you look like you've got some more spotlights or fog lights for driving at night. And then you got your Porsche livery on the side, the 914. And then you got some nice tampering here on the back for the tail lights. And then just a basic undercarriage, nothing too crazy there. So, but again, it's a nice car. It's just your basic, white and blue enamel paint. There's no Spectra Flame on here. And again, I think I paid for this at Walmart. I think I paid $6. So I think this was a good price for this car. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It's got rubber tires, metal base, metal body. I would pay $6 for this car. So what we're going to compare it to, though, is this Datsun 1970 Datsun 510 rally car. This car I got on Mattel Creations as well. And it was originally listed for, I think it was $25. I paid $8 for this car. Now, what do you get with that car? You get this diorama scene with this clear acrylic top, which I've already pulled it all apart because I didn't want to do that on camera. So you get a nice acrylic top, you get a nice orange box, you get a nice livery scene here with this little diorama, and the car screws down to the diorama so you can display it that way. The paint on the car, it looks like it has kind of an orange Spectre Flame paint. And then the other colors looks like a black enamel with some silver or gray trim. And then of course you have the rally livery here. You got, looks like your extra stuff here on the top, spare tire, fuel. This could be food or sleeping attire for the race and so forth. I'm not sure what that is on the back there. Looks like some grab bars for something. Tampering on the back for the taillights, nothing too crazy. And then on the front here, tampering for the headlights and the grille. But again, not too crazy there. Plastic mirrors there. And on the bottom, a little bit of detail on the bottom there. You can see the undercarriage here with the transmission and the rear differential there. Some little mud flaps hanging down. 4 rubber tires. Rolls pretty well. So when you look at these two cars, and I'm not comparing them like as a Porsche to a Porsche or a Datsun to a Datsun, what I'm comparing it to is that this car cost me $6. I got a metal base, a metal body, Tampo lights on the front and the back, a little bit of detail on it, one driver's side mirror here, and then this one here cost me $8, and you get a little bit better paint job, a little bit more detail on the bottom and the top of the car, but everything else is the same, tampering for the lights and so forth, but you get a diorama to display the car in. Now, would you pay $25 for all this, or would you pay just $8 for all that? So was the price point on this Datsun 510, even with the diorama piece, is it too much when you can get a car of similar quality like this for $6? So that's the question I want to ask some of y'all tonight, is Mattel Creations and RLC really kind of price pointing themselves out of trying to sell some of these vehicles when they are selling it to the consumer, which is us? And are we just not, as consumers, are we just being better with our dollars when we buy something? I'll be honest with you, for the Datsun 510, would I pay $30 for this? Not a bit. Why? One, I'm not a big Datsun 510 collector. Two, I don't really need all of this to go with it. It's nice, but I wouldn't pay it. So $8 to me, that was worth it. Even if it didn't have the diorama, I'd still probably pay $8 for this car. The diorama was just a bonus. Would I pay $25 or $30 for this McLaren, even though it has an opening part? Probably not. I'm not a big McLaren guy, but I do like race cars and I do like a lot of sports cars. But I just wouldn't pay $30 for a car like that. I just think my price point for RLC is, for me, their price point's a little on the high side. This car especially, I wouldn't pay, $20 or $25 for that car. When I saw it for $8, I would buy it. So that begs the question, do we have a price point for certain cars? Does it matter for certain cars, or does it matter at all? So that's what I want to hear with some of you all tonight, and let me know what you think. So if you guys wouldn't mind, though, give me a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel if you wouldn't mind. I'd love to hear what everybody's thinking and kind of their points. So this is RC, though, I'm going to check out for tonight, but this is RC67. Y'all take care.